Welcome to the Marketing 101 for Small Business Owners podcast. I'm your host, Philippa Channer, and this is our special series called the Moco Business Buzz, where we're interviewing local business owners and local just entrepreneurs and local leaders, just to give them some little insights about what they do, what they offer the community, as well as learn about their marketing success and struggles. So I'm excited to introduce to you Bobby Spears, broadcasting expert, and he's going to share all that he does for Montgomery County. So take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, this is awesome. Love this. This is, podcast is the hot thing right now. So loving that you're doing this. So amazing. But yeah, I'm Bobby Spears. I am with two networks, WDCW, and I'm also with WPFW 89.3 FM in Washington, D.C. So WDCW is my TV side, also WDVM and DC News Now, and then WPFW. So yeah, I'm knee deep, probably neck deep in this broadcasting industry. I do several things. I am a advertising specialist, so I
Okay.
put advertisements together for local and national businesses. On the on-air talent side, I am an on-air personality / news reporter, and I play music and I do talk on air. So yeah, it's a whole lot that's going on, but it's a fun position and I love it.
I can imagine. Do you get the opportunity to meet a bunch of celebrities or especially local influencers?
Yes, one of my biggest, I guess, stories or the most amazing time that I had was to sit down and have a conversation with Roy Ayers. So I listened to Roy Ayers growing up. My parents would play Roy Ayers all the time. And I've interviewed so many people. I've been to so many events. Just as a press, I got a chance to be a part of Barack Obama's first inauguration. So, I
Wonderful.
had my little press pass. It was cold as I don't know what that day. It was super cold.
Yes.
But I was out there so happy. I mean, to be honest, I went back to the studio because I just couldn't bear it for a while. But I was out there, and just to be a small independent broadcaster at that point coming up in radio was amazing. But to interview people like Roy Ayers and Joe Sample and George Duke
Yeah.
and so many others, it's been an amazing ride. So definitely has
That
been fun.
I would love to hear stories one day. It sounds like you've got a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I've branched off into the TV realm now. I'm an advertising and marketing designer. I create advertising campaigns for, like I said, local and national businesses. So that's a pretty cool thing to be able to have a conversation with the company if they have an existing copy meaning a
That's
commercial, and they want to just run
amazing
that, and they
happening.
want to ask me where should I, what do I think I should put it for them, how they should run it, or if it's a company that doesn't have anything at all, they're trying to create a brand new campaign. It's amazing. Advertising is everywhere. People are always selling something. So yes,
Yes, yes. And I know when we met at a local networking event held by the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce. And you had
amazing
mentioned
organization.
some, yes, so you mentioned some collaborations and interest in small business. Is that the realm where you're looking to work with small businesses is to try and get word out about their business through your advertisement options?
That is important. So the thing is that most of the businesses that are thriving, you see these companies, these multi-million dollar businesses, they have an advertising agency that's actually, they pay to do things for them. Small mom and pop shops and, medium businesses, sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. But most of the local and very small or incubated businesses do not have an advertising agency. So essentially what happens is that the owner, like most owners, are going to wear several hats in their business, in marketing and advertising being one of them. But sometimes that's it becomes cumbersome to try to wear too many hats in a small business, and it's
Yes.
important. Sales is the lifeblood of every business. No matter what you're doing, you are selling something, whether it's business to business or your retail. It is a thing that you have to be able to sell. I tell people a whole lot. The conversation I have is that if you want your mom has to have open heart surgery. Are you going to take her to a tire repair salesman or somebody that's a novice with that? You're going to go to an expert, and you're going
Yeah.
to find that surgeon that's going to get that job done. A surgeon that has a track record that does a great job, right? So the thing with marketing and advertising, sales, you have to have that as well too. I found out that that's a need in the small business community, so I took it upon myself to make sure that they are in the know, and I can be a beacon of light and an assistance to help people understand how that works and to get them into the radio and the television broadcasting realm to be able to grow their
Yeah.
product.
Awesome. I would love at the end if you can share some information that you have that's I can share with all the listeners so they can learn more about the advertisement options you provide and how they can take advantage of those, please.
Yes.
And speaking of marketing, this conversation seems going to go very well because you seem very knowledged in marketing and advertising and all that it has
Thank you.
to go along with it. So, my first question I usually ask is for you to share about one of your marketing successes, something that you have tried, a marketing tactic, some type of campaign that you have executed and you felt it went really well in bringing in what you needed to accomplish at the time.
Yeah, I would definitely have to go with Priority One Shredding. Priority One Shredding is a black-owned business right here in the Washington metropolitan region, and it's a crazy story. Is that I've been a resident of Howard County for about 15 years. So I
Oh,
happen to be in Bowie, right? And normally I'm never in Bowie other when I'm playing flag football. I play flag football, stay in shape, have some fun, right? With the boys. But
yeah,
I was in Bowie and I was looking for a shredding company, right? And I Googled the shredding company right then and there. That company popped up. I guess this is the power of Google, running Google ads because that's important for a small business.
yeah,
You definitely have to be use Google ads, okay? Use Google
yeah.
search. Those things work. So I Googled him and it was Priority One Shredding. So I called him up and he said, "Hey man, I'm an upstart business, just got into it, but hey, I'm out here shredding." And he happened to be black. I intentionally searched for a black-owned shredding company, and he popped up. So I met
Awesome.
with him, and he said, "Hey, we had the conversation right there on the scene. Really nice guy." And he said, "Look, I'm doing a shredding event not too far away. Won't you just bring your items over, and I'll shred it for you?" So I met up with him. We had this whole conversation. I was like, I really appreciate the things that you did for me because shredding is important. It's also expensive. I didn't want to just drop my documents off at a place where they have someone pick it up 2 days later, and I got my whole entire life on a piece of paper just sitting in a basket on the up against a wall. So
Yeah.
he had said, hey, he found out what I did. He said, look, I'm trying to do some marketing and promotion. I'm an upstart business, brand new, trying to get my name out there. So, we had a conversation, sat down. I had designed a shred event for him, did some collaborations with some local businesses. It was Ben's Chili Bowl that I called on to actually collaborate with him to be able to use their location. We put together a shred event and it went through the roof. It was super successful. Ben's Chili Bowl was super excited and happy and pleased with the outcome. And Kevin, Mr. Kevin is what we call him, at Priority One Shredding, he was so thankful and gracious, got a lot of exposure, said he got a lot of phone calls and business. So he has since went on to do some great things. He's rocking and rolling right now. So, the power of, marketing, advertising, putting together a campaign that works for that particular company is what I sat down and did with him. And yeah, that was a success.
Awesome. That is a
Mhm.
great story. I love the power of Google and how you're showing the example of that. I wish people would use it more often to really get their business out there. So I appreciate that plug and
Mhm.
that tip in there. And then also, have you had the opportunity to have any struggles yet? Something that you tried and it didn't work out, or something that you've wanted to try and just haven't gotten off the ground yet?
Marketing struggle. Yeah. So it's, everybody has a product that they want to put out. Everybody definitely, thinks that, hey, I have a product, I'm ready to, put it to market. A market struggle, for me doing marketing and advertising, for 15 years, um, me being the on air talent, talking about the product, interviewing people about the product, but also being a person behind the scenes that's designing the product. I get a chance to see, every aspect of a advertising campaign, if you will, a marketing
Yeah.
campaign, if you will. So it one of the biggest struggles is trying to get businesses to understand that you need to do A, B, and C. They will, come back sometimes and say, well, you know what, I'm not going to do B and C. I'm just going to do A. But I'll say, B complements A, C complements B and A. So people try to do campaigns and they poke holes in the campaign and they don't listen to someone like me who knows the advertising trail. I know from
Yes.
the setup phase to the creative process, storyboard, and everything that goes into hiring talent to put together a commercial, whether you're going to do a animated commercial, if you have to put a jingle in there, all of these different things, the taglines, all of these things
Yeah.
matter. So sometimes, and early on when people, I was kind of brand new, so people, really didn't, I guess, trust me too. So I guess it was some of me in it as well. I got to
Yeah.
take ownership for that. But people just not following the directions, not staying with it long enough. So, when you have those factors in there, you're going to get a
Yeah.
situation where the product is not, or the advertising campaign is not going to be as successful as you want it to be. And I've, had some of those encounters doing my advertising and marketing career. So yeah, learn from them,
Yeah.
definitely learning.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel like there's a lot of people who have the hope and expectations that when they do one marketing thing, they're going to get results right away.
Mm,
Like
mm,
sometimes in within a week, sometimes in a month, and I'm like, no, this is a long game, and you have to do a little bit more than just one thing. It's usually a package, a collection of things. People need to see you in multiple places, multiple times
that's
before it
right.
really clicks. Oh yeah, maybe I do want that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Back in the
I
day, it
feel
used to
you.
be three. People needed to see you in three different locations.
Yeah.
With everything exploding, social media, just so many different platforms, and so much content that we're consuming. Like I said, back in the day, it used to
Yeah.
be three. They needed to see you in three different places. Now it's about seven or eight.
Yes.
Seven or eight different locations, seven or eight different times that someone needs to see you. It's a study that says that each individual American gets exposed to 5,000 advertisements per day.
Yeah.
And most of those are unknowing. We don't even know that we're being advertised to. So it's a lot of I guess what's the word? Distractions out there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yep.
very important that when you do have a product as a small business, to make sure that you are clear and you are precise with
Yes.
being able to bring your product to the market, to the advertising forefront, and get people to not only watch or listen to your commercial, but to understand what your product is, remember it, and then take down your information and use it right away. And there's some campaigns, they know that, hey, people may not need me right now, but when the issue or situation presents itself, when they think about, I think about AMCO, everybody does get in an
Yes.
accident every day, right? But they've been running that commercial double A MCO. So when you think about that, you'll say, hey, I'm going to go and call AMCO if I need to get
Yep.
my car body repaired. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Very good points. Very good points. All great stuff. I really appreciate Bobby for making the time to be here and share. Please do share with us, how people can get to know you better. Any websites, social media accounts you want them to follow in order to collaborate with you.
Yeah, certainly. You could just give me a call. My phone number is the best way to be able to reach me. It's 202 Again, it's 202-656-1294. Give me a call if you're interested in just asking some questions, picking my brain, or, I'm a connector too. If it's something that I can't do for you, I like to connect people. That's what broadcasters do. And again, I said that I wanted to, and I want my networks to be able to do a better job with connecting with the local businesses, to give the local businesses a platform and an opportunity to be able to amplify their voice, their business in a special way. So that's happening on both networks, WDCW and DC News Now, and WDVM, and also WPFW in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So once again, you can call me at 301-656-1294. That's 301-656-1294.
Okay, perfect. I'll make sure to share that with the description on wherever the past podcast is going to air. And also, I know you
Did I
mentioned
say 301 or I
specifically,
say 202?
you know what? I feel like the first time you said 202 and the second time you said 301.
I got too many numbers. It's definitely 202
202.
656
Okay.
1294. 202 656 1294. Working on
I'll
multiple
make sure
networks
that's
is
the
a
one
bunch of
we put.
numbers. Yes.
Yes, I totally understand. But yeah, and I know you mentioned earlier specifically targeting and wanting to work with a Black business in the area. And so I don't know if you have the opportunity to meet with Tony Parchment, and he is part of the Black Business Council,
Hmm,
and they've started a system called the Black Business Database. And so
nice.
they're looking to have all the Black owned businesses in the database. That way, if people are looking for specifically working with a Black business, they can find it. So we're trying to get the word out to make sure all Black business owners know about it
That's
and that the
beautiful.
community knows about it to use it as well. So
That is,
I
yes,
will
yes,
connect
definitely
you with
connect me
him
with
if
that.
that you
That is
think that's a
beautiful.
good connection.
Yeah, yeah, and I just don't work with, I don't do just black businesses only, but I really like to highlight black owned
Yes.
businesses because, of course, these people look like me, and it's
Yep.
okay to be able to support people that look like you and people in your community.
Yep.
Everybody else does it, and it's fine. So we should be able
Yes.
to do that as well because it's important that the dollar circulates in our community like it circulates in everyone else's community. And those
One.
communities overlap sometimes. But we have to
Yes,
make
definitely.
sure that our people and our community is okay, and everybody should be okay with that.
Yes. Awesome. Perfect. So I'll make that connection and send you that information so you know where to look at it. So again,
That's
thank you so
awesome.
much for being here.
Thank you so much for this podcast. You're doing an awesome and amazing job. I love this, so continue to have a bunch of success. And
Awesome.
again, thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you.